Owls, I'm Athina and I'm grateful that you're here with me today. Today we are going to look at your month of November. And I am going to do it like this, that with the tarot cards I will look into the beginning of the month, the middle of the month and the end of the month. And with the oracle cards that come afterwards, I will be looking at advices for your month ahead. Advices that you can take upon to make the month go a little bit easier, or maybe even can be even that there are some other messages there that may come through for you about the month of November. But that's how we are going to do it. And yeah, you can choose your group or groups based on the color of the dice, the crystals that are in front of you. You can of course go to the description and look at the timestamp, maybe see if you have there your lucky number or a number that you are seeing often. After I've introduced you the groups, I will leave you for 1 minute so that you can meditate upon the dices, the colors, the crystals. And after that 1 minute meditation music, there will be a selection where I will be playing a tune on my guitar for those that are clairaudient and like to choose their groups with a tone, with listening to something. And I will be playing a tone for pile 1, 2 and 3. It is also time-stamped in the description, so if you want to listen to the Clairaudiant selection more than once, you can. You can of course go back and listen to the meditation music again if you want to listen to it for 2 minutes instead of 1 only. You are free to do whatever you want to do so that you can and are able to choose your group or groups that your intuition is calling you to listen to. So, introducing the groups right now. Pile number 1, you have the orange dice and your crystal is the sodalite tower. Pile number 2, you have the red dice and the Dalmatian jasper. Pile number 3, you have the green dice and this raw rose quartz. So, I will be leaving you now for 1 minute and so that you can meditate upon the groups, and I will be seeing you at your groups. See you later. Hi, pile number 1, you chose the orange dice and the sodalite tower, and this is going to be your reading about your month of November. So I'm going to start with your tarot cards to look into the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and then the end of the month. And then after that, I will be proceeding with the oracle cards to get you some advices or some additional messages, whatever whatever will come up will come up. So yeah, I hope you've been well. Now giving the deck a good shuffle. Okay, so So pile number one, this card is the beginning of the month, this is the middle of the month, and this will be the end of the month. So at the beginning of the month we have Judgment. I think I have to hide some parts of the card because YouTube is not playing. So. Okay, so the beginning of the month of November is going to be quite important for you, pile number one. It is a major arcana. The first thing that I'm thinking about when I'm looking at the Judgment card is the angel here blowing into his trumpet and calling out for the people to wake up. So I feel like there will be some sort of calling out to you, maybe your spirit guides that are trying to get your attention onto something. I'm trying to figure out what this calling out means. That's why I'm quiet. But I'm not getting any additional information. It's a calling out and a wake-up call. I think it depends on who you are. Like there are two groups. Some will get a call out and some will have a wake-up call of some sort. Calling out, calling out on your... Yeah, it's basically you... There are two groups here in group one. One there will get a call out on their... sorry for my French, on their shit. And some of you will have a wake-up call. Like something will happen that will rattle you. So So that was based on the intuition for this card. Now let's see what the guidebook has to say about the Judgment. Epiphany. So the keyword that is highlighted from the guidebook to me about Judgment is epiphany. Let's see. I'm just going to search for epiphany if there is. Here. All evidence has been made available to you, and you have reached your judgment. It does not end there, however. The judgment that you have made is going to compel an important realization or epiphany in you. Upright, this card indicates that judgment is correct and will bring an awakening or epiphany in you that is spiritually fulfilling. So it looks like part number 1 that you are going to have an epiphany moment in the beginning of the month of November. And this will feel good to you, like it is going to be spiritually fulfilling. This realization will free yourself in a way. Yeah, that was for the beginning. Let's see what will happen in the middle of the month of November. We have 8 of Wands. Well, it looks like things are taking up speed. If it is a project that you have been working on, because the ones talk about creative projects, doesn't necessarily have to be, but it is picking up space. You're accomplishing things a little bit faster, maybe a little bit too fast sometimes. But yeah, things are coming in fast in the middle of the month. I was on the brink of saying it could be overwhelming, so maybe it will be overwhelming to you, part number 1, in the middle of the month, that things are picking up on space and things are getting done. So that's all that I'm getting intuition-wise from this card. Let's see what the guidebook has to add to it. I'm trying to make a mixture of intuition and guidebook here, just so that you know. Okay, let's see. Acceleration is the keyword. Let's see. Looking at the sentences to see if there is something that has acceleration in it. No. So this is a card about aiming and shooting. There's progressive action. You are fast approaching your goal. A project is arriving fast to a conclusion. Generally, the forthcoming conclusion pertains to work, career, or personal creative project. But if as no. The 8 of Wands in the action card is the action card. It stands for clarity of thought and resultness in action. It also suggests that here is a great deal of buzz and activity to come. New ideas will be highly promising. The card of... yeah. So basically, things are moving fast. Conclusions are going to make you are reaching your goals faster. It could be also that new ideas and promising ideas that was said will be coming to you in the middle of the month of November, part number 1. But yeah, that is all about the middle of the month. Let's see what the end of the month has in store for you. we have the Six of Pentacles. Generosity was the first thing that I thought about. Either you are going to be generous and give something to someone that needs it, like being of help to someone, or you should take the generous help of someone else. Yeah, like can go both ways. Because this person here, you can see they are well off, things are balanced for them. What they are giving to the poor people here is not going to affect them at all. Like their finances is going to stay like stable. So they have enough to be able to help someone else. And either you will be able to do that for someone, or you will be the one on the receiving end. And you don't have to feel bad about getting help from someone else. It's totally valid. We cannot live this world without getting help. Not everything is meant for us to do alone. And this is something that a lot of us have to learn, myself included. Because I do know that my guides once gave me the message of, yeah, you need to learn how to accept help from others and ask for help. So I know what I'm talking about. So guidebook, let's see what the guidebook is trying to say. Benevolence is the keyword here. The theme of the Six of Pentacles is generosity, sharing with others, and charity. It is the social justice card. The card could either indicate that you are the benefactor to others, or that you are benefiting from the great generosity of others. If you have a chance of benefiting from others' generosity, you are encouraged to accept it. Yeah. A good question to ask is, who do you represent? The benefactor giving out the alms, the beggar who is grateful to receive the alms, or the beggar who is receiving the alms but is hiding something with that slip of red in his pocket? Wait, what? Oh, it really has, there's something hidden. Whoops. Here, you can see the red thing that is here hidden, but I thought it was a patch, like patching up the jacket. No. Cape. Okay. Yeah. So it will be a little bit of a mystery on what this is. If you are being generous to someone, or someone is being generous to you. This is something that you will see at the end of the month. To keep it a little bit more to keep it what is the word in English? I'm just being reminded of the German word. Let me Google it. Exciting. To keep things exciting, they are not trying to spoil things. So sometimes spirit guides do that. They do not tell everything. They wanted to keep some things as a surprise. So, oops. Let's go and shuffle the Moonology Oracle card to get some advices, or maybe have an additional message. Whatever will come up, will come up. I'm going to get 2 cards from this deck and then 2 cards from another deck later. Okay, this one flipped over. Those here came falling down later, so I will not be taking them. So the first one is full moon in Sagittarius. Look at the bigger picture. So pie number one, the advice for you for the month of November is to look at things from the bigger picture. To not focus on the small details, but to step back and look at everything as a whole. Because I'm being reminded of something that I've learned now in college. We saw a video about something happening in the video from different perspectives. In one perspective, it looked like the man was running away from the car that was coming from the corner. In another perspective, it looks like the man is running towards another man to beat him up. But from another perspective, from looking at the bigger picture, we see that the man is running towards the other man to save him from something that is going to fall onto him, because there was a construction nearby, and on the wooden planks there were like sacks of, I would say that was cement. I hope that is the way that it's said in English. And the cords of that was holding that was giving out, and it was falling like this, and the man would have been buried by that if the other one has not run towards him and taken him out of the space. So we can see things from different perspective, and because of that we can perceive things differently. But the best thing for us to do is looking at it from a bigger picture, so that we have everything, all information included in there. So for you, the advice is to get all the informations so that you can look at the bigger picture of what is happening around you. Because focusing on just one perspective, on one small detail, is not going to show you the full picture of what is happening, is what I'm getting from this card. Okay, there's nothing additional to add to this. So the next one we have here is full moon in Leo. Overcome your pride. I'm going to read this one out of the guidebook and translate it, because it is German. And I will have to translate it from German to English. So hold on a minute. Let me. Your pride. Have you let your pride be an obstacle? Has the question that you have asked, is it coming from your ego or is it coming from your heart? Leo energy comes from the heart. Think of the generous king of the animals. You may have run into a, what is it called again? English, please don't fail on me today. I remember I saw that word just recently. Found it. Dead end. I'm sorry. So you may have run into a dead end. Oh, and for the situation to find its solution, it is best if you put in more love and compassion in the whole thing. And then there is, if you have treated others not the way that you want to be treated, you should find balance of your own desires and the one of your what is it called, of your environment. Other meanings is having self-confidence is good, but that other word, I don't know. Google, help me. Vanity is not. All humans are equal and important. If you have something that you want to create creatively, if creativity is sparking in you, you should take action on the creative project. And there may be a friendship that is coming to an end, according to the gap book for the full moon in Leo. So that is everything that I have for this oracle deck. Now we are going to go to another one. We are now going from German cards to Spanish cards. So this is the Archangel Raphael oracle deck. So it is in Spanish. I will translate it to the best of my abilities. I have only learned Spanish for like 2 years, and I'm like a novice, a beginner in the language. But because I speak Portuguese, it is a little bit easier for me to understand. And I also heard Spanish all my life, thanks to my childhood friend and her family. So yeah, I will give my best to translate this. So let's see what Archangel Raphael or angels, spirit guides want to let you know, what advice they have or what additional message. That was fast. So we have that is a difficult word for me to in English to pronounce. So hold on a second. Let me Spanish to English. So it is saying sobriety, I don't know how to pronounce it. Soberness. I don't think that you are going to get bored, but anyway. Let's see, what does this mean? Sobriety. It says here in the first sentence that you have asked for your health to get better, and this will happen if you be sober in whatever form that is. Archangel Raphael can help diminish or take away the necessity related to your dependency or addiction in a way as well, and how you reestablish yourself in a form that is more harmonic. Archangel Raphael can also guide you to professionals of health and anonymous groups that can help you get out of your dependency addiction. Archangel Raphael is recommending you to live a life with less chemical substances, because that will help you and your energy levels and give you more vitality. And I think that means self-confidence, self-worth, and giving more self-worth and self-confidence in yourself. But I will have to add, if you have to take medicine that was prescribed from your health professional, it's not about that you should stop taking. It is about other substances that is not there to help you with your health, but to escape certain things that we are going through in life. And as I said, this is an advice. You never have to take any advices from the readings if you don't want to. Then there are other meanings to this card. Is you are getting more sensitive to chemical substances, and so it is recommended for you to avoid them. As I said, it does not mean that you should stop taking your meds if they have been prescribed by a health professional. Try to reduce or eliminate those substances that are present in your home or in your workplace. the problem of addiction and dependent of someone else is affecting your health and your happiness, so it is recommended for you to participate in gatherings from those the self-help groups, the anonymous groups. Try to avoid nurture that is treated with chemical products like conservatives or pesticides, or that have been modified genetically, because those can give you a reaction too. Like there are people that react like it's like an allergy reaction from those chemical products that are used on certain fruits, maybe even because they use pesticides on fruits planted so that the fruits can grow without having any things, and sometimes you can react to them allergic to those pesticides that are used. Like I'm unable to eat certain fruits. I have allergy to them as well, but I'm not sure if I'm reacting to the pesticides that are used for them. So yeah, that is the advice for you, part number 1. Here, what is underneath the thing is like a prayer. Like if you want to ask for help from God or Archangel Raphael, it doesn't have to be God, it can be the goddess, the spirit, a source, whatever. It says here, dear universe. I will go with universe because that's how I call it. Dear universe and Archangel Raphael, thank you for orienting my desires to products more healthy, so that only drinks and food that are healthy and nutritious will stay with me. Somehow like this is the translation. So the next one is healing through laughter. Like, I think I'm not going to read this out of the guidebook, but because there is a saying that laughing is healthy in German. Lachen ist gesund. So I think that part number 1 for you as an advice for November is that you should laugh a little bit more. Like, having a good laugh can help immensely. Like, you feel just better. I'm just talking now about my own experiences. But yeah, if it is hard for you to find something to laugh about, meeting with friends, being silly with them, being silly yourself, cracking jokes even, and if you are not able to find it, then maybe, I don't know, if you have Netflix or Amazon Prime or whatever all the different streaming platforms are, I'm sure there are comedy shows on there, because I know that in Netflix there is Gabriel Iglesias. He is an Mexican American comedian, and he is absolutely funny. I love him. Like he is able to change his voices and make really funny voices. so that he's sharing his stories about his life, but making it fun and making funny voices to represent different person, and it's really hilarious. And if you know Spanish, then I recommend watching him too, because sometimes he speaks his stories in he uses some things in Spanish, and those that understand what it means, they will laugh, and everyone else that doesn't know Spanish, unfortunately, will not understand. But he explains what he was trying to say in English as well, so you don't have to worry, you will understand the jokes. So maybe watch some comedian so that you can laugh and find this lighter energy again for the month of November, pie number 1. So pie number 1, this is everything that I have for you. I hope that it was of help. I hope that you liked it. Thank you for being here with me. I wish you all the best. I wish you a beautiful month ahead, and I will be seeing you in my next video. Bye bye. Pie number 2, you chose the red dice, the Dalmatian Jasper, and this is your reading about the month of November 2024. So I will be starting with your tarot cards, and afterwards I'm going to pull 2 for each of the oracle cards, 2 cards, oracle decks, 2 cards. So we have 4 oracle cards at the end. Yeah. So. So let's get started with the beginning of the month of November. You have the 3 of Wands. The first thing that came to my mind is expanding. Like there is something that you are expanding on. It could be a family business was what I heard faintly. For someone, you're expanding your family business. Spiritual growth. Yeah, for some of you, you are expanding your family business, and for others, you're expanding your spiritual growth, like you're learning more about yourself, mostly about the patterns that you have, Maybe bringing in some new practices as well. Then let's see what the guidebook has for more information for this card and for you. Productivity. So for a lot of you, you are going to be a little bit more productive in the beginning of the month of November. Like you feel this sudden urge of taking action on things. You are getting things done. You are working efficiently, not effectively, efficiently. Yeah, you are working hard, and this is going to lead you when, if you have a family business, to expand that, and if you are working hard on your spirituality, this is also going to work out. But if this doesn't apply to any of those two things, then you may feel really productive when you're working, like you are getting more things done at work, or if you are studying in university or college, because I tend to do this for audience that are older than 18, so for adults, that's why I'm saying more like a university and college. I think some high schoolers are at the age too, but I'm not sure. School system in Switzerland different than in other parts of the of the earth, so I don't know what age you do what. But yeah, you are maybe getting through your assignments quickly. You are working hard. You're studying and doing the things in the beginning of the month of November. Maybe you're already starting to feel now that you want to get things done. Maybe you already have started being productive, because I tend to see that the energy of the end of the month towards the beginning of the month is already in the process of changing. So at the middle of the month of November, we have the Page of Swords. The first thing that I thought of was swiftly. There's something happening swiftly. Swift changes. Working hard towards a goal. Learning something new. Sorry, I'm just trying to listen to a few things. Looks like things are going to be changing in the middle of the month. There will be swift changes, like the changes are happening quickly. You are maybe working towards some goals a little bit more faster, with a clear mind. Or you want to learn something new, because the Page of Swords is the beginning of the core cards, and they are a young energy that still have things to learn, and still can be sometimes immature, and have their tendencies to head towards something without thinking of the consequences. But if we all know that when we were younger we did that, and now I sound like I am a grandma, but I'm not. So let's see what thing in the guidebook is highlighted to me for you. Ambition is highlighted to me. So you are going to be quite ambitious. You set your goals high, and you are working to make your ambitions come true. You started with it in the beginning of the month, and you are going to keep that up and maybe set more higher goals in the middle of the month than you had previously. So you are going to be quite the ambitious person in the middle of the month of November, pile number 2. So let's see, at the end of the month, we have the 7 of Pentacles. Now I have to smile because we can see here like a little story. You are expanding, you are working hard, you are productive. You are ambitious. You want the high price here, and then at the end of the month, you are waiting for things to take fruition. You see how the person, instead of keeping up the work, they are just standing there looking at the plants, waiting for them to grow, so that they can harvest it. So it looks like you are going to lose your momentum at the end because you want to get the prize already. You are waiting for the prize to happen, and I wouldn't say it's a waste of time waiting for something to come to you, but you could spend that time a little bit more wisely, like working on something else while you wait for this to happen. Maybe it is even something that you worked hard towards, but you have to wait for someone else so that you can proceed. That is also like a way that I see this waiting around. Let's see what in the guidebook is highlighted to me for this one. Fiscal responsibility. So let me look at the guidebook more in detail to see what does this mean. Oh, a sentence that I find really important that I'm reading here is, the card is also a gentle nudge to you to not be such a workaholic and to enjoy life. Looks like in the beginning and the middle of the month you were working so hard that you started to neglect your life, so please do have some fun in between. Like, you have the resources to enjoy your life, but you are hesitating to use it. Also, being a workaholic is not really the best thing that you can do to yourself. Like, please do enjoy some fun times. You don't have to work always so hard. You're just going to burn yourself out. So find a nice balance between work and free time, where your free time is really free time. You do something to enjoy yourself. You watch that comfort movie, that comfort series. You read a book just for the pleasure of it. You play games. I don't know, you watch anime. There are so many things that you can do to just relax yourself and not think of work or what more you can do. That is something for an advice for the end of the month of November, part number 2. But try to influence that also in between the beginning and the middle of the month, so that you don't burn yourself out. Find the nice balance. Now onto your oracle cards. This deck is in German, but don't worry, I will try to translate it the best as I can. So, the first card that you got is Full Moon in Sagittarius. Look at the bigger picture. Let me look at the guidebook just briefly. Are you thinking of too much details of your dilemma? This is being counterproductive. Or are you talking all the time and you are not taking action? This card here is trying to remind you that it is good to think about things, but someday you have to take a step back and see the bigger picture. What are you seeing in your situation right now? What is the most positive thought that is coming to you? Now is the moment to be thankful of what you have and what it is not 100% your own wish. Even if it is not your own wish that is present in your life. This card is also reminding you that we have to take some risks in our life and uncertainties. We have to go through them. Try to be open for what is best for you. And other meanings is that you may have been too distracted to be confident, but not too much, that you will win. Like, I think that not too much is that you don't get too caught up in your pride and ego. Have you shown your affection now is the time to do that. Find the balance between saying your thoughts outright and holding them back. So that is what the card means according to the guidebook. But yeah, sometimes you have to really take a step back to see the bigger picture of a situation. And maybe we find that not everything is really that bad how we are making it out to be. Maybe that situation is there to teach something, and we can only see it if we step back from the situation and look at it from a objective perspective. Then the last card from this deck here is New Moon in Libra, a new romantic phase. Let's see what this one means. Coming from both sides, like there is a situation that you are stuck on it, and if you and maybe the other person, if that is talking about having a situation with another, if you go take a step forward towards them and they towards you to seek to compromise, maybe this is going to be the answer to the situation. Hi, pile number 2. You may be asking, why did the video suddenly cut off? And why are there more cards on the table? Well, thanks to my phone that somehow stopped recording, I lost the part that I said about New Moon in Libra and the other 2 cards. After I've taken so much time to translate all the messages. Well, here we go again. I would say, well, let's put them away so that you are not distracted by the cards that you don't know about. But we were talking about New Moon in Libra. I have no idea where exactly the video stopped, so I would say that the New Moon in Libra is a card of telling you that, hey, maybe include someone else into the situation. They are maybe able to help. Like, it is not time for you to work on things alone. Maybe ask for advice from another party. If this is about a relationship, maybe you have to have some compromise in about a certain situation, and so you will find the answer, because sometimes you have to compromise on things when you are in a relationship. You have to find something that both parties are able to accept. Then there was also the talk of this card could mean marriage, or someone going to ask you for marriage. What was else about this card? Yeah, what I am being reminded of again that I've read, thanks Brain, is that pay attention to your outer appearance, but don't put too much, don't reduce yourself to just your outer appearance. Just do it for you to look clean, to look good for yourself and not for others, and don't think about that the appearance is everything in life. It is not. So quick to the next one. After I was finished, we had massage. Like, this card here is about telling you that maybe you need to get a massage, that it would help with your health. It helps also with relaxing. I don't know how it works, but apparently it is also good to eliminate toxins that is stored in your body. Some other meanings of this card was that if you want to ask for Archangel Raphael to be present while you have your massage session, you should do that. Maybe give a massage to your significant other or ask them to give it to you. I can only see benefits. You spend some loving time with them, some quality time, and you do to each other something good for your body to relax and everything else. Maybe if you have been worrying about someone's health, maybe suggest them a massage, because massage has apparently a lot of benefits that some may not know about it. Then we have the last card was the health getting better. So if you have been working towards improving your health, then this card is saying that you are on the right path, that if you haven't seen any results yet, to just keep going, that the results will come. You just have to stay optimistic and keep on with the practice, because the results will be showing up later. It's like the long-term, it's a long-term goal. You will not see the effects of the changes that you have done right now, but later on, if you keep on going. And if you have been praying about something specific to improve about your health, know that you have been heard and things will be taken action upon it, so that it it becomes a reality. And then there was a specific part for if you are a working therapist, know that you are on the right path, that Archangel Raphael is by your side, and every step that you take in your work that is focused on healing someone else. For some of you, if you have been thinking about working in healthcare, then this is a sign for you that you are thinking of the right thing. That is everything that I can remind myself from reading from the guidebooks. I'm not going to go back and read everything and spend more time on it. I still have pile number 3 to record, and hopefully this time my phone doesn't die on me, even though it is it has another battery. I don't know why it just decided to stop recording and lose all the process that I made. But at the end of the day, maybe it was okay that I've lost it, because I really it took me some time to be able to translate everything from the guidebook, and may have been boring for you, but you don't have to go through that anymore, because I just summarized everything as best as I could. So pile number 2, this is everything that I have for you. I wish you a beautiful month ahead. I hope that you liked it. I hope that it was of help. Thank you for sticking with me till the end, and I will be seeing you in my next video. Bye bye. Pile number 3, you've chose the green dice or the rose cards, the raw rose cards, and this is going to be your reading. I will be starting with your tarot cards to see the beginning, the middle, and the end of the month of November for you, and afterwards we'll be pulling 2 cards each of the 2 oracle decks that I have to get some more information or some advices for the month of November. Now, if I start to get up during the reading, is just to make sure that it is recording, because pile number 2, it stopped recording in the middle of the reading, and I had to re-record what I have said. But yeah, so I'm just making sure that this time around I don't have a strange cutoff from the reading. So let's get started. Sorry if I bumped into you. It's still recording good. So, the beginning of the month of November for you, pile number 3, we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. There is a delay happening. A delay in the beginning of new emotions, like something that is dear to your heart. There will be a emotional reset. It's like being delayed. There is also something that is not making you happy in the beginning of the month. You're not satisfied with something. Somehow is the feeling that I'm getting from this card. There is something that is not quite there emotionally. Let's see what the guidebook, what is highlighted to me from the guidebook of this card here. rejection is highlighted to me. Maybe you will receive the news that you are being rejected by something or someone. It can be a rejection from a place that you wanted to work at, or you confessed your feelings to someone and they reject you. But do please know that rejection is not bad. Yes, we don't like rejection. We want to be accepted. But there's always the thing about sometimes a rejection can be the protection of the universe, in a way that you may have been rejected by this one place of work, but in a way it was to protect you from the workplace, because something would have made it so that you would end up being hurt. You may have been rejected by that person that you had a crush on or feelings for, but maybe that was a protection, because down the line, if they had accepted you, you may have probably ended being hurt. And this is a way of the universe trying, hey, you don't have to go through this in this moment, in this lifetime. So I'm going to protect you by making the other party reject you. It could be there is also the possibility that you are the person that is rejecting someone. And maybe this is that you are doing this for your own protection, and maybe you felt it was just an intuitive feeling that whatever you are rejecting is not good for you. I was feeling something that was just not right here. So this is just one event that is going to happen in the beginning of the month. It's not going to be spread out through the whole beginning of the month. This is one event that Spirit wants to highlight to you, that you should know that this is going to happen, but it's going to pass. Then we have the middle of the month. We have the Page of Cups. Well, looks like it didn't pass. It is funny how both you and pile number 2 had a page in the middle of the reading. They had the Page of Swords upright, and you have the Page of Cups reversed. It's an interesting how do you say this? A coincidence? Maybe there is a theme going on. But the Page of Cups reverse is not giving me anything right now. So I'm going to start by looking at the guidebook directly. Because I'm still feeling this meh kind of energy. Let's see. The Page of Cups in reverse. You have unrealistic expectation. You are being quixotic. What the hell does this mean? Hold on. Let me get a dictionary for this word. how did you pronounce
Quixotic.
Quixotic. Having or involving ideas or plans that show imagination but are usually not practical. So, So you have ideas and visions that are not really practical, realistically speaking. An impractical visionary. Oh wow, it would have been explained right afterwards. You are too impulsive. When the cups appears in reverse, it could be a sign of emotional instability or indolence. Could also indicate a young woman in your life who embodies the qualities of a Page of Cups, but who has a negative impact or influence on your current situation. So pile number 3, sorry, wrong group. Pile number 3. You have to deal down a little bit on your visions and dreams if they are unrealistic, just a tiny bit. As well as there could be someone that has the characteristics of the Page of Cups, someone that is young, creative, a little bit intuitive as well. There could be not harming you. What is it? Having a negative impact on you. What was it? Impact of or influence. The Page of Cups is a young female who is loving, tender-hearted, intuitive, embraces their emotions, artistic, interested in arts, sweet-natured, imaginative. Yeah, someone is not having a good influence on the middle of the month of November, if this is someone else, or you are influencing yourself into those things by maybe having ideas that are unpractical and is more just a dream that, well, it can be made into reality, but if you are dreaming of somehow what could be an unrealistic dream. An unrealistic dream, for example, to me is coming to my mind. You didn't study for your exam and you're hoping that you still have one of the highest score. It is a dream. It's quite unrealistic that you will have the highest score on the exam, except if you have like such a good memory, like photographic memory, and you need to only look at something at once and you can always remember that, then it's probably realistic to have a high score, because you can just go back into your memory and see that information and everything that came with it. So it's not impossible, but it is something that is quite rare. So speakingly unrealistic, you cannot just dream about having and manifesting the highest score on your exam if you didn't study. So you have to study and work yourself, and you have to study really frequently and consistently for you to be able to get the highest score, because it doesn't come just flown to you. So that is the best unrealistic dream that I can make, because that is something that I had in the past. So now I'm dealing back into being more realistic and thinking, okay, I just need the passing mark. I just want the passing mark. I'm going to study as much as I can so that I can have a passing mark. That is my goal. Just just be able to pass and do my best and effort to make that happen, so that it is not something unrealistic. So yeah, pile number 3, your guides are telling you to pay attention here in the middle of the month, to not go too far with your imagination, and to not somehow go into delusions, because everyone sometimes goes delulu. I have been there too. So at the end of the month, pile number 3, we have Page of Wands. Let's go. There is some improvement. The Page of Wands here is upright. The Page of Wands is giving me energy of taking action onto a project, a creativity, being ambitious, looking forward to something. Like the person is looking at the wand and they are smiling. It gives me the vibe of looking forward to something. Well, let's see. What is being highlighted to me from the guidebook? Whoops. Motivated. Yeah. You're finding that motivation again. You are having a sport of motivation. Take that and ride on it as soon as you can. And after that, after motivation flattens out, just keep on going. Even if you don't have a motivation, be disciplined and keep on going, because motivation is a fickle thing. It comes and goes. But if you want something to make progress, you have to push through even if you are not motivated. Like, I take the example of studying again. There may be a subject that you're totally interested in and totally motivated to study and you putting through. But sometimes in that same subject, you may have like a sub-subject that you are not that interested in. And you are not motivated to learn it, but you still have to go through because it's still an important part of the main subject that you need to know about, so that you can pass the big exam. I don't know, the final exam. So it is still a part of something that you need to know. And even if your motivation is lost, you something that you should keep on track with it. So motivation is something that comes and goes away. But if you want to keep up something, even if you don't have motivation, you should work towards it. But yeah, as soon as you are hit with motivation, take the action on it. Don't wait, just go for it, because motivation will leave you and then nothing was done. So when it hits, go for it, and then keep at it with discipline. So let's go and take a look at the oracle card here and see if there is something, a new message or an advice for you, pile number 3, for the month of November. I'm sorry, I bumped into you and shifted the camera. Let me see to make it go back how it was. Okie dokie. So let's go and get you one more card from this deck. Okay, the guides have spoken. You get one extra card. Don't tell pie number 2 and 1, please. let this be our secret. So, the first card that you have is spirituality and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. Yeah. It gives the energy of the Page of Cups a little bit. Like, yes, be spiritual, yes, have visions, yes, have dreams, but make it so that they are practical, that they can be become reality. Like, that have practical steps for you to take to make it come true. Because, okay, now I'm going to take a hard stance on this. It is something that everyone is familiar with. And a lot of people like the subject of love. Of course, we want to be loved. We want to love someone. We have been trained and shown by media that love is this beautiful fairy tale thing where you will find the one and you will be together happily ever after. Yes, it's a beautiful dream. Yes, it would be nice, but love is sometimes not just flowers and cakes. Love is hard because you are in a relationship with someone else. You will butt heads. You will disagree on certain things. There will be traits of the other person that you will not like, that will irk you. Because maybe there is something within yourself that needs to be healed, that you have suppressed, and the other person is showing a reflection of it to you. So, when we go through, not obstacles, challenges in relationships, we are prone to give up on them. Because it's not what we have wanted. We wanted that beautiful, understanding relationship where everything is happy, loving, and so on and so forth. But it's not something practical. Of course, there are relationships that are like smooth sailing from an outer perspective, but we do not know what both had to go through to make the relationship work, what compromises they had to take, what conversations they had with each other to be able to come to this point. So don't mix the idea of a dream, an unrealistic dream, into reality. Yes, we can wish for a good, healthy relationship, but we also have to know that it's probably not going to be a fairy tale. So you cannot imagine a fairy tale romance that you are going to meet up your perfect prince on a white horse. Because if you live in a big city, I don't think that there are any horses around you. You would have to go to the outer skirts where there are farms and more room for the animals to be able to find a white horse. It is my examples are a little bit on the extremer side, but it is just here to make a point for you to be able to understand that yes, there is spirituality, but you also have to be practical. You just can't have imagining a beautiful dream and have the feeling that this is going to manifest to you. How practical is that dream? How realistic is this dream going to become? So we need both sides. We need spirituality to make manifestation come, but we also need our practical self. We need to take steps so that we can reach the goal, because the universe surely will give you what you want, but sometimes you have to take action upon them too. So if you want to be able to find friends that understand you, that have the same interest in you, you cannot just be quiet. You have also to step a little bit outside of yourself and say, hey, yeah. For example, I started university 5 weeks ago in September, and the end of September, and I have been clear and said that I watch VTubers because I want to maybe find someone in the physical that is also a fan of VTubers, so that I can talk to someone about it and not just have online friends. Maybe I could go travel with them to a place where VTubers are going to have a meet and greet panel or whatever. The same goes if you are a K-pop fan. You cannot expect to make friends that are interested in K-pop if you don't tell the people around you that, hey, I'm interested in K-pop, I listen to K-pop, maybe you can find friends. Like, for example, it happened like 3 weeks ago. I asked someone if I could sit near them, because classes in university, we don't have like a fixed group of people. There are days where I am with other people's on Tuesday, and on Thursday. Some of them that I have on Tuesday will be there on Thursday too, but some don't. And there was these two women that were talking to each other, and I asked if I could sit near them, because I haven't made friends or acquaintances with anyone from that English class. And they said okay, and when I looked at the notebook of one of the girls, I saw my bias from one of my favorite groups, and I was, oh, it's him. And she was like, what, you know him? And we came into talking, and we were then excitedly, us three, talking about K-pop. And if I hadn't recognized and spoken out of it, we wouldn't have had the conversation and the fun. So if I want to make friends, I sometimes have to step out of it and also tell others what I do, what I like, so that we can find maybe that common interest. So friends are not going to appear out of the thin air. So we also have to take some actions to make it happen. So that is basically the point of what I have been trying to say for the past minutes. I'm so sorry that I have been going in circles, but yeah, let's move before I keep on this tangent. Waxing moon, the energy is gaining momentum. So yeah, I can totally see this. Here, the energy is somehow stagnant, not really moving, and here you are going to have this motivation spurt and going to take action. And I think this is just the beginning of this energy spurt and things getting into pace. So energy is gaining momentum. Things are now working so that afterwards things are going to be coming fast, and there is going to be a climax. It always reminds me like a beginning of a book. In the beginning of a book, you will be introduced to the characters, the places, and a little bit of something, and then slowly the book is gaining momentum and things are getting more interesting, and you keep on reading because you are unable to stop, and then you have that climax moment where everything just went poof, for lack of a better term, and then it slows down again, and then it ends. And this is happening now too. Like, things are gaining momentum, things are slowly building up to that climax. And I think that this would be around here at the end of the month of November for you, pile number 3. What else we have? Well, we have the waxing moon and we have the waning moon. We have the both sides of the spectrum here. What is it that you need to let go of? So pile number 3. There is something that you need to let go of. Is it a thought? Is it a behavior pattern? A limiting belief? Or is it maybe a dream that you were holding on to that is unrealistic? So there is something that you need to let go of. And the best way to find out what this is meditation, listening into your heart, focusing on your heart and asking yourself, what do I need to let go of? And the first thing to come is most likely the answer to that question. So now on to the next oracle deck. This is a Spanish one. I'm probably going to be reading it out of the guidebook and translating it in the best way I can. It will take some moment for me to translate it. I'm so sorry that you have to wait, but it is what it is. Spanish is not my native language, and yeah, let's see. I'm going to start with this card because I already read it and saw what it is, and divine intervention. Rejected. I was talking about divine intervention. Like, sometimes things are being rejected so that you are able to be protected. So do note, pile number 3, that somehow, something in the month of November, the divine is going to intervene. Because it is telling you, nope, not this way. So there will be a divine intervention. Just know that this is happening for your own good. This intervention is always for the best of you. They are not doing this because they hate you. They're doing this because they love you and they want for you to have the best life possible. And sometimes there are certain lessons that you don't have to learn yet. And so they are going to intervene so that you don't have to go through stuff. And this divine intervention could be related to health, because the Archangel Raphael Oracle deck talks a lot about health. So there is probably going to be a divine intervention regarding to your health. Maybe it could be that it was what happened to me. I got at the end of beginning of March, towards the end of March, I had a little health problem, and because of that I had to take a break from doing readings, because it was a divine intervention saying, hey, you are burning out, you need to stop, you need to reflect, you need to assess your things again. And so I had like a really long break from this, because I had to realize that I was burned out with filming videos, doing pickacard readings and stuff like this. So I needed to go through all that ordeal with different health issues, one physical and then later mentally, just so that I can reassess myself and focus a little bit on me, so that I could be good enough. Well, I had to take care of myself first so that I can take care of you. Basically. So yeah. Sometimes those divine interventions happen because they want your own good. Because if I had continued like this, you would probably had really low quality readings and videos where I was losing my spark and energy, and from an empty cup I'm unable to pour into your cup. So I needed this divine intervention. So there is going to be something happening, pile number 3, maybe a rejection, and this is the divine intervention, or something related to your health is coming up, because it's showing you, hey, you need to think a little bit more and take care of yourself. So the next card is change doctors. This one I'm going to read out of the copy, because when I saw this, I already knew what this was talking about. This one I have not, well, not the meaning of the card itself, but I knew what spirit were trying to tell. Where is C? Here. Let me read first the thing here, and then I will be translating. Okay, the first thing is saying that the professional that you are going to for health reasons is not representing the best method for your situation. This could be that the problem that you have is something that they are unable to do because they don't have the information or the equipment necessary to help you. Or maybe you have different visions and like visions and philosophies that diverge from one another about treatments, maybe regarding alternative medicine. Whatever it is, Archangel Raphael is here to guide you to a new health professional. If you've thought about someone, now that I have said this, the first person to come to your mind when I said that you are being guided towards a new person that may work better with you, maybe it is that person, and if not, then don't worry, you will be somehow guided to that person that will help you. You will know about being guided by listening to your feelings, like if you feel comfortable in confiding to a health professional more than you did with the other, maybe this is a sign to say, hey, this is the right professional. So pay attention to your feelings and intuition. They are guiding you through this. And Archangel Raphael is also here to guide you for this transition, so that it goes smoothly and without any problems. So that your health and well-being can be taken care of. Other meanings of this card is maybe go for a second or third opinion. Be frank with yourself and your health professional with what concerns you and your feelings. Now, this is something only a health professional can do if they have looked into your case, but maybe change your medication for your treatment. Now, this is something that I highly say that if the second or third opinion of a health professional says, hey, maybe try to change your medication for treatment, try this treatment, maybe this will help. Only to change your medication if it is said by your health professional. Do not, under any circumstances, do that on your own. Know that you are worthy of having a health professional that listens to your worries and who treats you with respect. And maybe look into alternative medicine. Maybe that could be helpful. Like, for example, the best example that I have for this is when you have like a headache and you get medicine to alleviate the headache. Sometimes after taking that and resting plenty and drinking water and eating a lot normally, the headache goes away on its own. But there are times when a headache may not go away, and you go seek medical help from a health professional, and they say that, everything's all right with your head. I see nothing. The results didn't show anything, and like you have done all that is possible to look into your head, like all the x-rays and what I know of. I don't know the medical terms for all things to be able to look into your brain and see if there is something there. If like physically there is nothing there that could give you a headache, a constant headache, and it doesn't go away, maybe seek for an alternative medicine, maybe a Reiki Master teacher. Maybe they are going to do some energy healing, and you will, or they will, depending on who is going to receive that message, know that maybe you have been concerned about something, worried about something, and you have been spiraling with your thoughts, and because you have been overworking your brain by constantly spiraling your thought process, and this is what is causing your headache. Like, it's something mental that has started affecting you physically, or something emotionally that is affecting you physically. Like in this case, if you have been checked by a health professional and they found nothing, then consider alternative medicines. That is all that I have wanted to say about this, because we need both, like the normal health professional that looks into if our physical body is okay, and then the one that looks if your emotional, mental, and spiritual body is okay, because they intertwine. Those different bodies, they mix together sometimes. So, and sometimes the reason you are having some pain is not because there is something physical wrong, but maybe there is somehow an emotion that has been stuck that needs to be released. But yeah, pile number 3, this is everything that I have for you, and I am happy that it continued to film, so I don't have any strange cuts throughout the reading. So pile number 3, this is everything that I have for you. I hope that you liked it. I hope that it was of help. I wish you a beautiful month ahead, and I will be seeing you in my next video. Bye bye.